In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No introduction needed, you sexy sons of bitches. Welcome back to another episode of the Genius Brain Podcast. I have a very, very special guest. And I always say special, but this one's really special.
Ooh.
Because next to him, if you're watching this on video, I look like a goblin. And you would dress it. You would dress in a leather jacket while I look like a healthy vagina today.
Is there pink in a vagina?
Yes, there is.
Yellow, pink, of course.
Yes, there is. You should know. You're married, you son of a bitch.
In fact, I am. You're right.
Yeah.
You look like a pink lemonade. That's for sure, baby.
Today we have Yoshi Sudarso. Now, you may remember him from a video where I groped him and I slapped his fresh little tushy. Yes. And I did that as a heterosexual male, and I am completely okay with that. You should be okay too. Sup, Yoshi?
What's up, boo boo?
So we've been training together.
We have.
Yeah,
He's been kicking my ass.
That's not true at all.
This fool does not know how strong he is. I swear to God.
You know, I'm still sore from the last time we rolled on Friday.
Oh shit.
I'm still sore. Because when we roll, I don't do it that often. But then, because I'm so new to it, everything I do is
You just tense everything up? Yeah.
I'm so tense, so my triceps were sore, my bicep, my back, and my groin was sore. Just because I'm not used to, when you have side control, you have to kind of like spread your legs out and put your weight on somebody. I think my groin got sore from that.
That's the flexibility. You don't want to freaking stretch with me. That's what happens.
No, that's because when you stretch me, I feel like I'm in prison. It's just terrible.
Yeah, we should actually show them videos of you being stretched out.
Dude, it hurts so bad.
But it's so good. Afterwards, you're like, oh, this is so great.
It's so
you
bad.
Just bitch about it the whole way through.
That's because I'm not a stuntman, dude. I don't do that. I like to complain my way through things, dude.
No, we complain all the time.
No, you're getting good at sparring though. I mean, I don't like sparring that much.
Oh my God.
Just because like it's painful.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I prefer like partner drills.
Yeah. Partner drills are fun, and that way you get like used to the movements. Like I feel like when I'm sparring, I'm just trying not to close my eyes.
When you it's because when we start doing partner drills more often, it'll start to click for you. So we do partner drill. That eventually starts to go into your sparring, and then after a while, it just happens. So like I don't have much set combos, but because I'm more used to kicking, like I like to set up my kicks a lot. So a lot of the times when
your fucking kicks, he blasted me 3 in a row, and each time he did, he kind of looked at me. He's like, "Hey, you gotta block that." I'm like, "I'm trying, fool."
You think I'm not trying? I'm trying.
I'm about to throw up after each one.
Yeah, like it's interesting because like Bart, when I spar Bart has like cinder block hands, so he'll jab me, and then my whole face hurts. I'm like, ow. But he's going soft. It's just he has heavy fucking hands.
He's just a solid dude.
Yeah, so I'm glad he uses 16-ounce gloves. If he doesn't, I'd be obliterated. But you have a movie coming out. Oh, so check this out, dude. So
Wow.
Do you remember the first time I met you? I can't remember the exact time.
Not the exact, yeah.
Yeah, but you were doing stunts. And so he was doing stunts at Universal Studios, right?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And this fool lost his fucking front teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, how the fuck did that happen?
All right, so Universal Studios. I don't know how many people have actually seen the show, but there's a character who gets lit on fire and he falls 45 feet to his death or into the water, right?
Yeah.
And so I do that part, and that's just one of the things that we do on the show. And when we were learning it, the first couple weeks of rehearsal, I'd never done anything like that. They hired me because I could jump from that high and it was fine. And they're like, well, you have to fall a specific way. And the reason why you have to fall a specific way is because there's fire on you and you want to keep the fire behind you. So you want to run and fall forward. And as you're falling forward, you want to keep that fire behind you. And as you fall forward, your head dips to the closer to the water. And at that point, the fire will envelop you. So you have to turn when that point happens so that the fire is now still behind you. So basically, like if you're here, your head is facing the water, you're going down, the fire's behind you. As you're falling like this, the fire's gonna do this. So you have to turn, so you fall this way. It's so confusing.
What the fuck?
But it's actually pretty simple.
No,
once
it's not.
Once you get it and you see it. But basically, you just want to keep the fire behind you at all times. And if you don't twist, the fire will envelop you, basically. Because if you keep falling like this and all the way, it'll just cover you.
Holy shit.
So
let me move this phone real quick.
Oh yeah. So basically, you just want to keep the fire behind you, and so the move is it's called a step off Branny, and I've.
Is that Siri? That's tight. That's tight.
Yo, shut up, Siri.
It's podcast world. Doesn't matter. There can be distractions.
Anyway, so that's the idea. You step off Brandy, you miss one leg, and you fall, and you spin, and you fall back onto your feet. I've never done that. They were like, "Oh, dude, it's just like a cartwheel. It's fine." I do.
It's just like a cartwheel.
Basically, they were like, "It's a cartwheel. You know, you just and then as you're falling, you miss your leg, and you keep twisting." I was like, "Cool, sweet, I'll try it." So I cartwheel to my left, and I twist to my left, which is a problem. They do opposite. They cartwheel to their right and they twist to their left. So when I did it, I take off my left leg out, and I try to spin it. Actually, like barreled me double times, and it spun me out of control. I fell flat on my face, and the speed and the height hitting the water felt like concrete. Oh, and I basically hit the water like this on my chin. And it just went, I didn't have my teeth closed, so I clacked. Luckily, my tongue wasn't out, or I would have lost my tongue. But I clacked my teeth together, and it just cracked the top 6. And when I got out, I was like, yo, that hurt like a mother. And they were like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, it's just my tongue feels weird. What? And I spat all my teeth out. I was like, that's not good. But it was like a whole year process, and they ended up getting me.
Screamed. I would have screamed.
It was pretty bad.
How was your bottom teeth?
The bottom teeth were fine because it's the bottom. I had a pretty bad buck tooth, so the bottom teeth kind of hit it at an angle where it was like half. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like this; it hit like that because. So it hit the back half of my tooth, so it cracked the half to the bottom. So I had like shark teeth for a while, and it was on a Friday. It happened on a Friday. So I went to the doctors that day and dentist. They checked x-ray, make sure nothing was broken. My ribs weren't broken. I was bruised. My chest was bruised, and my chin was bruised, but nothing was broken aside from my teeth. So we went to the dentist. They gave me these fake caps for the weekend. Yeah. And they were like, we're going to get you veneers, all that stuff. It's going to be great. I was like, cool.
What is the process for veneers?
So it's different for everyone. It depends on what it is. So 3 of my teeth were cracked all the way to the roots. So they had to do a root canal and put I guess a beam or whatever in those 3 teeth. The other ones were just cracked to half of it. So they could just put a cap over it. They like smooth it out, put a cap over it, and it's done. But the others, I had to do root canal. So I had to wait for all the root canals, and you can only do 1 at a time or something like that. And also they were like, hey, it looks like your teeth kind of got pushed forward when you did it. So we're going to have to like pull it back. Otherwise you'll have, buck teeth. And I was like,
I've been having buck teeth, bitch.
But they didn't need to know that.
Yeah.
So basically they fixed my teeth. They, kind of put retainers to pull my teeth back. I had braces all throughout high school, like headgear and everything. So it was already like, I had bad buck tooth, like out to here. I couldn't close my mouth. And then they had to pull it back in for high school. And then it kind of went back because of not wearing retainers. And then when I hit my teeth, it went out even further. So they kind of pulled it back to, I guess, an aesthetic position. Oh, and
shit.
So they did that all for free because it was all under insurance, technically, because it happened on the job.
Yeah.
And so it was all about a year-long process, mostly because they had to pull the teeth back.
Yeah.
And then, so I had like temporary veneers for about a year, and that shit kept popping off. Like I would lose it. I would like, I wake up and there wasn't, I'd lose a tooth. I was like, where'd it go? So I'd have to go to the dentist and they'd have to put it back in, whatever. It'd be loose.
That's fucking
oh man, it was a pain in the butt.
crazy,
But I
dude.
couldn't close my mouth until after that happened. Like when any like photos that I have, I was like, had a bit of a gap because my mouth couldn't close.
Holy shit. How much do you know how much that would have cost?
It was about like above 10 grand.
Fuck, dude.
For 6 teeth, yeah. So it was good. It was a blessing in disguise.
Well, how did you lose your teeth? And they ask you, oh, you're okay. You're like, I'm fine.
Because I was like, it hurt, but I was like, I'm good. I'm not like, I don't feel anything horrible, except my tongue feels weird.
You have a good threshold for pain.
Well, that was the thing. As soon as I spat my teeth, I was like, oh. And I did that, and all the wind went up my nerves. Oh, dude, I fell to my knees. because it was so painful.
Shit.
I did not realize. I was like, as soon as I did that, all the wind just hit all my nerves,
dude,
open nerves.
I didn't go to a dentist for like years, right? Because I was like, my teeth are fucking fine, dude. And I never had a cavity, so I didn't know what that shit was like. I fucking hate the dentist, so I haven't gone in years. And then Mariel was my girlfriend. She was just, you should probably go to the dentist, right? Because I started having like toothaches and shit, and I was like, that ain't nothing. I ain't never had a fucking cavity before. Now, mind you, the biggest reason why I've never had a cavity because I always brush my teeth, I do all that other shit, but I never drink soda. I don't really drink candy, and nothing that really corrodes my teeth. Not until like 6 years ago, I started drinking a lot of soda. So it turns out like Diet Coke. Like I love Diet Coke for some reason. I don't know why.
Why Diet Coke? That's not even taste as good.
I don't know why. But so here's the thing. Like I didn't used to like that shit, and then fucking two people in my life, my friend Dan Fisher, and then Bart, got me into soda. Like these stupid sons of bitches. Because he would talk about soda like it's delicious. Like Bart talks about soda like a crackhead talks about fucking crack rock. Like that's exactly how he talks about it. He's like, oh dude, when you fill it up with this tall glass and you put like 75% ice and you pour that Coke can in there. I'm like, you know what? That's not delicious. And so I didn't really like soda. Like I liked soda here and there, but it would be only with like pizza or a burger or something, right?
Yeah.
But he got me to the point where I just like to drink soda in general. And then next thing you know, I started getting toothaches and shit. And lo and behold, I had 3 cavities. And then I talked to my dentist, and they were like, "Oh, how many cavities have you had before?" I was like, "I've never had cavities before." I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty good for somebody your age. Like nobody for not having cavities." So, and I haven't had a deep cleaning or anything. Or a cleaning in a while. Oh, okay. And so they're like, oh, you need a deep cleaning now. And first of all, I've never had a deep cleaning before. I didn't know what that shit feels like, right? And so I'm talking to the lady, and she goes, I was like, well, for the deep cleaning, does it really hurt? She goes, no, it doesn't hurt. And I was like, it'll be fine. And I was like, she goes, but, some people do find it painful, so we can give you a couple of shots, numbing shots, and then you'll be okay. I was like, hold on a second. You said some people. I'm not some people. My God. I was like, just numb it out. I'll be fine. I was like, just numb it out. What the fuck? Don't put me in the category of these some people. I ain't no fucking bitch. Fucking numb. Just put the gel on. She does talk. I'm talking about the first 5 seconds. I said, but I'm so fucking stubborn. I just took the pain for the first session for the first half of my face. And they only do half your face because it swells up so much and it hurts. And so after we were done, she goes, so it wasn't that bad, right? I looked at this bitch right in her face. I said, you fucking lied to me. I was like, that was one of the worst pains of my life. How dare you? And she goes, oh, you didn't say anything. I was like, because I didn't want to be a bitch. I was like, how many people just get the numbing thing? She goes, almost nobody. I was like, why'd you say that it doesn't hurt then? You fucking liar. I was in so much pain. It hurt so bad. They literally just take this rotating drill and they grind your teeth down. Like I had no idea. Nobody told me. Nobody fucking told me that's what it's like. And you just get this steel hook and they just drag it across your teeth. Yep. It feels like they were ripping chunks of my gum out. That's what it felt like. And nobody told me that shit, dude. I fucking hate the dentist.
Bro, I've lived with the dentist like
for
ever
whole
since
year.
I was since
you're a little kid.
I was like 7th grade all the way to junior year in high school. My teeth were so bad, braces for 4+ years.
Yeah.
And do you know what a headgear is?
I remember seeing from like Steve.
So yeah, it's basically they get this metal piece, and your braces itself has a metal piece that has a hole in it, and you click it onto it. And then it wraps around your head and you tighten that shit. So basically it pulls everything back because my buck tooth were so bad that they needed more than just the braces to pull it. I didn't have a good childhood, high school time.
Dude, what the fuck, man?
People are like, how did you get bullied in high school? Like, you're big. I was like, dog, I was this height, but 125 pounds.
125 pounds and fucked up teeth. Everybody said I ate grenades for breakfast.
I had some messed up teeth. And Peter has never had braces. He's got perfect teeth.
Oh, what the fuck?
He has never had to get braces. His teeth are perfect. It looks like it's veneers.
Yeah.
But I have perfect eyesight, and he's got horrible eyesight.
Okay.
So we're like, all right, cool. You gotta wear glasses, and I got a freaking headgear on my head.
Luckily, you weren't born here, right?
No. We were both born in Indonesia.
When did you guys come here?
9 years old. Well, I was 9. It was like 1998.
Oh, that's fairly late.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So when you couldn't speak any English?
Nah, none. Well, I mean, we knew a little bit. Like, Yo, I remember this one phrase that my teacher in Indonesia, the English teacher, taught us. May I please want to go bathroom? Swear to you, that is exactly what I learned on how to ask to use restroom.
Oh, that stupid bitch.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's not even English.
You trying to get me messed up out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like bad grammar, bad, you don't say bathroom, you say restroom. Bathroom is like for your house. You're like, I'm in school asking for the bathroom. They're like, the restroom is over here.
Oh, what
like,
the fuck?
Oh, God.
Dang, that must have been rough, though, like not knowing how to speak English.
Yeah, but we were lucky in the sense of we were able to, Peter and I, we were like, all right, no more Indonesian. We can't speak to each other in it. And we weren't that tight anyways with each other at that age. So we didn't have any friends who spoke Indonesian. So we were like forced to go full mode, like just learn the English or you're fucked.
Yeah.
But because of that, our accent is pretty much diminished. Peter has like no accent. I've got a little bit, but
yeah, compared to him, you have. I wouldn't have noticed it unless you mentioned it a while ago.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have noticed. But like Peter, you would never know.
Yeah, and that's why his Indonesian's also worse than mine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I can speak it better. I mean, granted, I've been working there now lately, and that helps for me to get it back. But even before that, my Indonesian accent was already better.
Did you guys get bullied because of that shit? Because I know like it's kind of hard, especially like at that age. Like I think kids don't understand that people are different, and they just even adults do that shit. But it's worse when you're kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the stupid thing is like I went to a predominantly Asian school, so I wasn't bullied for being Asian. Because everybody else was fucking Asian.
Yeah.
But it was like, I was a weird type of Asian. Like, they were like, what kind of food is this? You know, they were used to, it was mostly Korean and Filipino. And I was like, Filipinos' food is similar. Like, yeah. But I had certain foods that just was weird. And they were like, Indonesia? Where is Indonesia?
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't know, it was a weird thing that I was like, thinking back, I'm like, we were all Asians, dude. Like, what the heck?
You know, like Indonesian food, when I first had it, I couldn't like put my finger on it. Like when I ate it, I was like, oh, this is some different shit. It's different, dude.
Yeah. They like sweet, they like spicy.
It's just all over the place. Like I don't know how to put my finger on it, right? So if somebody told me like, oh, what is Indonesian food like? It's like, fuck, I don't know, man. It's like a mix between like Thai food, Indian food, and Filipino food. Like
that's actually the perfect way that's what I would have said.
Yeah, like but it tastes more mild than it looks. So like Thai food is intense as fuck. Everything is so intense, right? And it's delicious in its own right. Yeah. But Indonesian food looks like that, but then it's toned down. And you can't describe Indonesian food as Singaporean food, because then what the fuck is that? You know,
Singaporean food is everything.
Yeah, like, you know, they're like, what's that? I was like Malaysian food. Like, what's Malaysian food? You know, like, it's just like a mix between all that Thai, Vietnamese. It's just all that bunched into one. And it was so interesting because I took you guys to the Borneo.
Yeah.
That place is so that place is so damn good, man. And that's the first time I had because I used to always eat the Indomie, the mee goreng, the little packets, the little 80-cent pack, the 40-cent pack fucking shit. I never had the real shit before. You know? So I was like, this is what it's gonna taste like, but it doesn't. Yeah. And the handmade noodles are so fucking good, man.
Oh. Bro, I gotta take you because there's like in Indonesia they have this thicker noodle that's like I love thick noodles better than thin noodles. So like mee goreng and all those stuff, they're thinner noodles. But there's a bunch of places in Indonesia where they make their noodles and it's hand pulled noodles, and we call it mie keriting or mie karet, and it's like thicker. And basically karet means rubber, but it's thick and it's dude, so juicy.
Dude, the Indonesian language sounds like it literally sounds like a Filipino person with dementia. That's what that language is so fucking wild. Because I was watching The Raid. One of my favorite like indie action films ever, dude. It is so fucking intense.
Yeah.
And so when I was watching The Raid, the translations cracked me up. It would be like a whole bunch of Indonesian words, and then the translation just says, "Where are you?" I'm like, where the fuck did all these syllables and sounds come from, dude? The language is intense. Nothing sounds like it.
Yeah.
Nothing sounds like Indonesian.
The closest would be Tagalog.
Yeah.
We actually have similar words, like the same words, but I think we're quicker.
Yeah.
We're like,
yeah,
we're fast. And it's hard because sometimes I'm like, because I think of how it's actually not that fast, but when you are hearing it, it sounds fast. And then so when I speak it, I try to talk a little faster, and they're like, you slow down. I was like,
yeah,
but you don't slow down. What? But then when I think about it, it's like, oh, okay, I'm just going too fast.
it's like Hindi and Filipino, like the Filipino, like Tagalog put together or something.
Yeah.
It's so fucking wild. When you were, but you were in Indonesia to do a film.
I was, yeah. I did that. So a year and a half ago, agent just calls me out of nowhere. I was like, yo, we got a film for you. They want you to play this character. I didn't know what it was. I was like, okay, is it a small character? I don't remember auditioning for this. Like, no, it's from Indonesia. I was like, whoa, home country. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I read it. The script was all in full in English. And then I you know, you do like that search for the character name. And I was like, oh, my name comes up a lot. I was like, I'm either a pretty main character or I get talked about a lot. Yeah, like
They just decided it's you without even talking to you. They're like, it's going to be him.
Well, exactly. That's why I was like, there's no way it's a main character.
Yeah.
And when I finished reading it, I was like, yo, I think he's the lead.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, I think so too. You know, my agent like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's have a chat with this director. And I chatted with the director like 3 days after the script. And he was like, yeah, so how's your Indo? I was like, yeah, it's not that great. He's like, it's okay. Mine's not that good either. But the script is it's gonna be like half Indo, half English. You cool with that? I was like, yeah, sure. It should be okay. You know, because it's a script. I can memorize it. And then he was like, cool. I want you here next week. I was like,
oh shit.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, you know, talk to my agents, make sure everything's cool and whatever. He's like, yep. Within a week, I was in Indonesia prepping for the film.
Oh, what the fuck?
So the reason why it was so quick, because like I had a month of prep and then we shot for 2 months. And the reason why it was so quick was because basically they had been trying to do this movie for about 2 years.
Oh shit.
It was a passion project of the director. It's a Western, right? And then that's not been done in Indonesia before and to the scale that it was. So basically they've been pushing for this for 2 years and they'd already cast everybody. My character was cast, blah, blah, blah. Come to the time where it was going to shoot because they kept pushing it back. The guy had already booked another film in Korea playing like the lead villain. So he was like, I can't leave. I'm already stuck on this. So they had to recast. They like looked for castings in Indonesia and there just wasn't somebody who had the English and had the Indo, I think. And it was just like, I think he wanted also a fresh face. I don't know what it was that made it, but God put it all together and he was like, here you go, take Yoshi. Because I was like, yo, how did you find me? He's like, I honestly don't remember. And then you just kept popping up out of nowhere. So I decided to reach out to your agents.
Yeah.
And I was like, so you don't really remember how you found me? He's like, I have no idea. It's probably like looking up Google or whatever, you know. I was like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was really crazy. And I'd never, you know, like a direct book, that's out of my world. Like I was never, you know, somebody who would get direct book for anything. So it was really cool to do this. And then the fact that it was a character, the character itself was born in Indonesia, moved to America, learned the American ways. Yeah. And then came back and was like, wait, what now? Yeah. So basically when I went back, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it paralleled so well because in the movie that happens. I do stupid things and then they're like, it's not how you do things here. Whereas for me, I grew up in Indonesia and I spoke the language, but only as a 9-year-old, right? That was the max of it. Yeah. So the way I spoke was a bit childish. And in Indonesia, you don't usually, sometimes you don't say I blah, 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 blah. It's, you say your name. So like third person, like Yoshi, would like some water, whatever, right? Something like that. And that's how I spoke to my parents. And I did still, and that was normal. And when I went to Indonesia, I kind of hung out more with the 2 girl co-stars because the guy co-star, he was on another film for a while, so he wasn't prepping with us. So the 2 girls were hanging out with me mostly, and they were helping me with the Indonesian and all that stuff. We were working on the script. And every time they were asked like, oh, Pevita, do you want something? She'll be like, yeah, Pevita wants mie goreng for lunch or whatever, right? So I got used to that, so I would do the same thing. And I was trying to speak my Indo, like use it more often, practice it. And I would do that, and then, you know, people would hear that. And then after a month of this, when we started going to shooting, the guy co-star, we've gotten closer, but he's heard me say it, all of that stuff. And he kind of looks at me like during a break, because I said it, like, I was like, oh, Yoshi wants whatever, right? So he was like, he looks at me, he's like, man, I really like you. and I think this is gonna be great. Like, you're a cool dude. He's from New Zealand.
Yeah.
He was like same thing. 9 years old, moves to New Zealand, grew up there. But when he was 18, he moved to Indonesia to pursue acting. So he'd been there for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Over me, you know? And he was like, so his Indo's great now. But he also had that same thing. And he was like, I love you, man, but why do you keep talking about yourself in the third person? I'm like, what you mean?
Yeah, that's what everybody else does.
That's what everyone's doing. Like, he was like, who? Well, I've always done it, you know, growing up. And Pevita and Mika does it, you know, the two girls. And he was like, yeah, if you're a girl, are you trying to be cute? I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? He's like, yeah, you're basically walking around going like, can I have this? I was like, no.
What the fuck did they tell you?
I know, that's what I'm saying. The girls didn't think anything of it because they were like, oh, how cute.
That's so fucking funny, dude.
And then all the people who were like getting me the food, et cetera, they were like afraid to say anything. Like,
because you're like the lead,
right? They didn't want to make me feel bad or whatever. But he was like, dude, it's annoying. You need to stop. I was like, thank you. I had no idea.
I was like, well, you should have said something, you asshole. Like, I'm walking here looking like a dumbass and shit. Can I please have some water? Like, what the fuck? That's so. Damn, that's just mortifying, dude.
Yeah, I was like, and I'm over here trying to be the tough guy. I'm playing the character who's like, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was like,
that's crazy. But so when you went back to, you were there for a while, dude.
So I was out there for 3 months initially for that first film.
It was a long time, dude.
And then I left. I came back here, and then the movie came out within 6 months. So they were like, come on back. We're gonna premiere the movie. We need you here for a month of like interviews, this and that and that. So I stayed for a month, and when the movie premiered, a director saw the movie and was like, he's the guy I've been looking for my next movie. So he was like, hey, my movie starts in like less than a month. You mind sticking around, prepping for this movie, and then we'll shoot the movie, and then you can go home. So I stayed for another basically 3 months to do this next film. But this next film was harder because it was my last character, like, he was born in Indonesia, moved to America. Yeah. So there was a reason why his Indonesian wasn't good. This character grew up in Indonesia. And I was like, fuck.
So you had to practice.
And it was slang. Like, the first one, at least it was like formal, you know? So no matter what, it's going to sound a little awkward. And it's okay because it's a period piece. That's fine.
Yeah.
Whereas this one was slang, and I was like, it's like somebody who's completely an immigrant being like, yo, what's up, dog? That kind of thing. And just not right, like hitting it right. And I was like, I don't want to not hit it right. And they're like, we'll work with you. And that one was harder. Way, way, way harder. But they were like, it's fine because you sound like the Indonesians who've lived there all their lives, but they went to an international school.
Okay.
And then their character is a rich kid.
Yeah.
So it's okay for that. I was like, okay.
Okay.
I'll take that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What age do you normally play when you do these films? Because you look young.
Yeah. So here, I look hella young. I can play maybe 25 at the oldest, right?
Yeah.
Unless I grow a beard or whatever. So in Indo, I played, the first one was a 28-year-old, but I had a full beard. And then the second one, I played a 30-year-old, but I did not have a beard. Yeah. But it's okay because everybody else looks young.
Oh, that's right. I keep thinking about it. That's right.
Everyone else looks young.
In America, you look young, but over there, you're just normal.
I'm like a normal person because everyone else looks like that.
Was that your actual facial hair?
Yeah, that's all my face.
Oh, you lucky son of a bitch. I've been trying to grow this shit out. I shaved 2 days ago, and this shit is as far as this comes out.
That's hilarious.
I have not been able to grow facial hair.
Like at all, like anywhere here?
I only started growing leg hair when I was like 20.
No way.
Yeah. So I'm
just leg hair?
Yeah, like leg hair when I was 20, and then I started growing this facial hair, like this here and here, like this under stuff here, probably like 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I didn't know that I was walking around like with like these little strands of hair because I just didn't have them. And then my mom looked at me. She goes, "Why do you look so fucking dirty?" I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Shave the under part of your fucking neck." And I was like, I don't have hair there. She goes, "You do." And I looked, there's just these long like strands here, and I never noticed it. Out of nowhere, it just started growing. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Yo, I still have the shaving cream back at home. I don't know where it is now. Maybe my mom threw it away now. But when I went back like a year or two ago, the same can of shaving cream my mom got me in college as a going away thing. And it's never been used. I've never had to use it. It's like this white and navy blue Nivea fucking men's shaving cream, and I
have the same one.
I just didn't. It's there, and it's like fucking like 10 years old. Like I've never needed to use it.
But I mean, like, so you would use a razor if you shaved rather than like an electric.
There was like a couple of strands, but I didn't need shaving cream for 7 hairs. You know, it would just swipe, and I was done. The only time I would use shaving cream was to fucking shave my pubes. That's about it. And I was like, good, I need this one now. But other than that, like I just never had facial hair. Like even my arms are relatively
yeah, you're pretty. Because I have facial. I have hair.
You got a shit ton of veins.
Yeah.
You buff motherfucker. Do you have any idea if I look like you, I would use it for evil? I would use, oh my God, I would use it for evil. I have to giggle my way into the pussy, dude. This shit sucks. And you've been in love with your girl since you were like 3 years old, you fucking loser. Who does that?
9, bro, 9.
Oh, that's right. My bad. 9. So this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, but it's very cute. I say dumb because it's cute. He has been in love with the same girl since he moved to America and then married this girl. To this day, they're still together. That's the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. You guys have been together since you were 9 or 10.
No, we've been together since I was 21.
21, but so you've liked her since
I've loved her since I was 9. I saw her, I met her, and I was like, Mom, that's the girl I want to marry. And it took me 12 years to get her to like me. But she also, the thing is, she was like so good, she didn't date anyone in high school.
Oh, really?
I'm her first boyfriend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's wild.
She listened to her parents when her parents were like, no dating until after high school. And after high school, she was like, okay. I mean, when it happens, it happens. And I just happened to be the one that was there.
Holy fucking shit, dude. Well, I mean, do you remember as a 9-year-old when you saw her that made you say, I'm going to get that ass? Like, what made you? I mean, that's probably not what you would have said. But I
totally remember it. I mean, I said it in Indo, obviously, because I didn't speak the language. And I remember Peter going like, oh, I'm going to help this fool out. But like when we were like a year older, we had sort of English repertoire, you know. Peter told her friends.
Yeah.
To like, yo, can you hook him up kind of thing. But that wasn't what happened. Her friends were like, yo, she likes it. And I hated Peter for it. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Peter would do that little ADD motherfucker.
I know. And I was like, what? Why would you do that? He was like, I was trying to help. I was like, you liar. You know? But you know, that ended up being...
That's so funny. Yeah. He's like, you know what? My brother needs some help. I'm going to help him get this fucking pussy, this American pussy. You lied, dude. Like, you stupid son of a bitch. I would have kicked his fucking ass. It was so funny.
It was rough. And me and... the thing is, like, Sarah was like the princess of our church, right? So we had all the guys that we were all friends with, all liked her. So we were like, yo, it was like 13 years old. We all made a pact. No one's going to ask her out. No one's going to date her. We can't do that because it's going to just break up our friendship. Okay, cool. So when I finally got with her, right, I was like, stupid ass 21-year-old being like, man, I feel bad. I made a pact with my boys. You know what I'm saying?
You are so stupid, dude. That shit was when you were 9 years old. You shut the fuck up right now.
So I told her.
That does not fucking matter.
I told her about it. And she was like, they've both asked me out. I was like, when? One of them asked her out when he was 15 in high school. And I was like, that was like a couple years after the pact. And the other one asked her out after high school. And I was like,
oh, these treacherous bastards. She was, I see, you know what? Oh, dude, that's so that's so fucking funny, dude. That son of a bitch. You should have talked to them. Hey, you motherfuckers.
I was like, what happened to our pact? One of them was like, I don't remember a pact.
Of course.
You son of a bitch.
Lies.
I was like, I didn't even speak English back then and I remembered it.
That's fucking crazy. Whoa, dude. So wait, well, I mean, what made her say yes to you compared to the other two guys then?
Dude.
Oh, come on, dude. Whatever, dude. You fucking Dungeons and Dragons, fucking fucked up buck teeth with the headgear shit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yo, when she got with me, I still had hella acne and my teeth were still fucked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You had really bad acne?
God. Bad acne. I was like 15, 16. Like right around the time my braces disappeared, acne came. I was like, are you kidding me?
What the fuck?
And it was bad. It was like all down here and then up here. The T.
It was always here for me
too.
The
T? Dude, it's so bad. And I tried so many things. You know, what is it? The thing that was always on TV.
Proactive.
Yes, Proactive.
Yeah.
I tried it so many different times. Never worked. It just made my skin so dry.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I tried avocado on my face.
Oh my God.
I tried the best one that actually worked, cinnamon and honey.
Really?
You put cinnamon like in a little bowl and you put honey on it and you mix it and it looks like shit. And then you put it on your face and it looks like somebody took a dump on you, like a wet dump. But it works. It alleviates it. It's not
like
as
the redness
like,
and the irritation.
Yeah, it's not as hot and you know you want to scratch it.
Yeah.
That goes away and I mean, I don't have scarring.
Yeah.
So
well, how'd you find out about the cinnamon honey shit, dude?
my mom.
Oh, really? I would have ate that shit. My fat ass.
My mom gave me so many different remedies, and she's Asian as hell. And I was like, it's not gonna work. Like, we live in America. I'm trying Proactive, so I tried Proactive first for however long.
I feel like it's too harsh for a lot of people.
Yeah, and then the cinnamon honey worked. I was like, don't give me that look, mom.
Yeah. I would have ate that shit so fast, you have no idea. Like, I just sat there. It's like, where'd your fucking shit go? I was like, I ate it. It was a snack. I couldn't help it.
I'll be honest. The ones that were on my upper lip, by the end of the 30 minutes, it was
already gone.
I was like,
that's so fucking. I didn't know you had acne too, dude. Your fucking life growing up was shit.
Yo, no, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best.
So when did you like start? Did you always like dress fashionably too, or is that? Damn, dude. Like, I gotta see pictures of yourself, dude. This is one of those stories that you hear where it was literally the dude that was bullied, made fun of, was a dweeb, and then suddenly became a fucking model with his younger brother on Express, dude. That makes no fucking sense, man. Because I'm still waiting for my moment. You know, like, it hasn't happened yet. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be that story.
You have a clothing line. What do you mean?
Yeah, but I am hiring people like you to wear it. If I wear my own clothes, I look like shit. So I'm trying to like get other people to wear it. That's so fucking crazy, dude. Like, I would have never thought.
Yeah. Well, Peter, the reason why we got into fashion is because of Peter, actually. Both of us had no sense of fashion. Peter never wore pants, only cargo shorts. Only cargo shorts all throughout high school. You can ask anyone we went to high school with. He only wore cargo shorts and a beanie. So like a really shitty beanie.
So he could just like put his fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there and shit?
Possibly. Possibly. Yes, we loved Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay.
You guys, and you know what? I'm not, but you know, at that time,
we put a target on our backs.
But a lot of people like Yu-Gi-Oh though. I remember even like some of my friends, like they fuck with Yu-Gi-Oh. They didn't like say it out loud.
No, yeah, but nobody said it out loud.
But they did play Yu-Gi-Oh because I played Yu-Gi-Oh when I was like 13, I think around there.
Yep.
I did it for like a year because I was like the first one out of the group that played Yu-Gi-Oh. But then I got out of it after a year because I became a 14-year-old. I was like,
oh, you're fucking.
I was like, well, I'm not doing this shit anymore. But then all my friends did. So I just gave my cards to them. I was like, you guys play it. And then
you gave him your cards? You know how much those are nowadays?
I still had, I forgot who fucking has my shit. Oh, I let this guy borrow because he battled his decks and shit. So I was like, I didn't sell it, but I still had like some dope shit. I can't remember what they are anymore because I only did it for a year, but I gave it to him. I was like, here, you could borrow it and then just give it back. He never gave it back to me. And then I was like, where's my shit? He goes, oh, I don't have it. And I was like, well, I have all your Trigun. He let me borrow all of his Trigun like cassette tapes. And I was like, well, until you give me those cards back, your whole fucking Trigun collection is mine.
Yeah.
So he was like, but I need that stuff back. I was like, well, I need my cards back. So I still have the Trigun stuff in my closet at home in Sacramento.
In case he brings it back?
Yeah. But he's still not going to get it because
it's too late.
You've basically stole my shit.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah. I was like, you stole my shit. And I was like, well, either you're going to get your fucking ass beat, or I'm going to beat your fucking ass, or I'm going to keep this shit. So I still have it. So I still have his whole like Trigun like tape collection. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Is what it is, dude.
So he was battling him and he lost him. Is basically what happened.
He stole him. He didn't want to give him back.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
just lose that shit.
I lost my stuff.
Oh, you lost all of them?
Oh, yeah. So Peter and I went so ham into it. Did you watch the show?
Yeah, the first couple seasons.
You know how they had that island?
Yeah.
So we made an island of our own. We went to a school that had like a park next to it, and then there was an island on it. So one day after school, like on a Friday, I was like, yo, we're going to make a tournament. You guys pay us $10. We made wristbands out of double-sided tape, and then we made stars. So you know how you start with 2 stars?
You know, most people sell drugs and they do cool shit like that. This motherfucker decided to do a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Let me tell you something. I got bullied, but then as somebody who got bullied, I would have bullied you. Like, why are you doing this? Because I need to do it to you so they don't get to you first, all right?
I mean, I know I put a target on my back, but it was just what I enjoyed.
Yeah, you know what? That's the best way to do it.
There's nothing to do. I was like, so we made this tournament and we had the 2 stars for everybody. They paid me $10 and Peter joined the game. So I was the game holder and I was like, cool. All this pot, I'm taking 50%. Winner gets 50. Mm-hmm. Right? We had like $400, $500 come in. So I got
Damn, a lot of kids played that shit, dude.
We had 200. I mean, again, Asian school.
Oh yeah.
Asian
My bad.
school.
That's right. That's
so we still had. It was like still kind of cool, but you know, like not to the point where you make a freaking tournament, right?
Yeah.
But it's okay. A lot of people ended up coming, and I was also selling Costco candy at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So when they come in, I was like, if you want candy while you're walking around. So it was like, because it lasted about 3-4 hours. So it was like they had to get the stars from each other and whatever. They were battling each other, and Peter ended up winning. Well, he beat this other guy, but the guy got like really upset that he didn't win. And he was like, "You guys are cheating. It's because you're brothers." I was like, "Listen, here, we'll split the winning pot between you and Peter." So then he got 125, Peter got 125. So we made out with like 300 something.
Yeah.
At like in like junior high.
That's fucking crazy, dude. How often did you do that?
And then people got pissed off. No, we did it the one time. People got pissed off, and they found our cards and stole them all. So we no longer had any cards.
They stole your cards?
Yeah. Because we couldn't play. My parents were like, this is the devil's work. So you can't play this. So what we did was we saved up money to get the first deck, like the starter deck. And when we got that, Peter was so good at strategizing and all that stuff. And I was good at like meeting the right people. So I would be like, yo, who wants to play my brother for keeps? So we would play decks for keeps because some people had a lot of different decks. They're like, sure, I'll play you. There's no way your starter deck, because we're only using the starter deck that we got, you know. Everybody knows what's in it, so they know how to counter it.
Yeah.
So they're like, there's no way you're going to beat us. But Peter found a way to counter him.
Yeah.
With the deck that he was given, and he bought like a booster and put some stuff in there. And he beat him, and he got more and more and more cards.
Who stole your shit?
We don't know. To this day, we have no idea. But we got home and we lost the whole tin. We had a big old tin like that, and there was nothing in there.
You guys are so nice, dude. Like, if somebody stole my fucking shit, I would find that motherfucker, dude. I don't give a fuck.
What were we gonna do? We would have gotten our asses kicked.
Oh, these are different times.
Peter could fight. He was smaller and skinnier, but he was always scrappier, and he could fight. I would have gotten my ass beat. I would have been like, what's the point? I'm gonna go find this guy, and then he's gonna beat me up.
I guess like even for me, like, well, I guess I wouldn't have gotten my cards really stolen because I don't know if people would have give a shit about cards back in the day. They would just stole cards just to be an asshole about it,
right?
And they would have trashed it in front of your face. But like,
oh my god, that's so mean.
Well, yeah, because like there's no value to that, right? Because like in my high school, there was value to shoes, there was cards and all this other shit, you know, shoes, drugs, and shit like that. So it wasn't like cards weren't really, you know, who the fuck cares, you know, except for like, you know, there's like my group of friends that I really liked. So like I was like fucking cat allergies. My right eye's about to get red. But
I was like, I feel it too.
Yeah, so I started rubbing my eye. I forgot about it, but
because you were touching the cat.
Yep, I forgot. But either way, so I used to like float around different groups, right? So there was like the group that I stayed in high school. They were really cool people. They were very nice. They played Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and you know they watched anime and all other shit, which is really who I am. Now that's the guy who I am. Yes. You know, but you know when you grow up in a bad neighborhood, you kind of feel like you should fit into this group of people that you grew up with. So these people are the ones that I liked a lot, you know, but that was I didn't realize how small that subgroup was. Like it was like the honor roll class. And the only reason why I got to know these guys is because my parents forced me to join honor roll. But I sucked. I got C's, I got D's. You know what I mean? I wasn't good at this shit. I fucking hated that stuff. But fortunately for my parents, they forced me to do it, that I actually met these good people. They're still my friends till this day. So like for them, it was so weird because I related to them the most. When I started joining honor roll classes, I was like, oh, these people are my flow. Like they're really nice, you know. They fucking play Yu-Gi-Oh cards, they watch anime and shit. I'm like, I like these guys better than some of my other friends from where I grew up, you know. So like after a while I just started kicking it with them, and I was like, oh, this is definitely a lot more my speed. And so when I remember when they were playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I was like, look at that. I was like, I don't have to hide this. I don't have to hide in shame. But I would like float around a lot of different groups, and it was so weird because like you just don't know who you are as a kid, which is kind of cool for you because you just said, fuck it, jump me. I'm gonna wear all this. Did you guys have like a lot of gangs in your school, or was it just a very nice school?
You know, to me, I had no idea that there were all that stuff. I was so sheltered that I had no idea. But we had a lot of like K-Pride gangs.
Oh yeah, like Korean gangs,
Yeah, so we had a lot of that, and apparently like somebody died in our high school, and I had no idea. Oh, because I was so sheltered. I didn't think anything happened. I thought everybody was a virgin, bro. Yeah, I was so sheltered. It's like because everybody saved themselves. Yeah, all I did was just play my games, do my things. I co-created the anime club in my high school. Yeah, literally everybody was like, "You stupid fuck. You're gonna get your ass beat." Yeah. And it was like, and I was, okay, so there was one point in school where I passed by this room and I saw people rummaging in there. Like there was like 3 or 4 people and they were like rummaging through the stuff. And I was like, what the heck? You know, all the backpacks were there, but there's only 3 people. And some guy comes up to me, younger guy, like younger grade. And he comes up, he's like, hey man, we're cool, right? I was like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
What's up? He's like, not going to tell anybody that we're in here taking in this stuff, right? I was like, no, didn't know that's what was happening.
I was just looking at him like, well, I didn't know until you told me.
Yeah, I was like, no, of course, man. And then they got one of the girls who was like one of the hot girls in school to come up and was like, yeah, we're gonna be okay, right? And
yeah.
She like touched my hand. And all that. I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then they're like, okay, cool. And I like walked past, ran straight to the teachers, and I tattled on them. And then they caught him, but a lot of the stuff was already gone. But they caught him, and there was like 4 people, 3 or 4 people. They all got like expelled, obviously.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and everybody in that classroom was really like, thank you. And the teacher was like, thank you.
Shut the fuck up. Don't you dare fucking pin this on me.
And that was the thing. And then it was like, when they saw that, the guys that were like being escorted out of the school, they were like, we're coming for you.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And nothing ever happened, thank God. But every time I saw them anywhere near the town, I was like,
oh, I would too, man. Fuck that shit, dude.
I was in cross country, so I was fast at the time. I was good. I was like, you may be faster than me,
you're a
but you're not
very
gonna catch
honorable man, dude. Like, I wouldn't even have computed it. I would just been like, they're like, you're not gonna tell anybody. I was like, guess not. I don't know what's going on. I would have just went about my way, because you know, just like growing up, like if you mind your own business, like nothing would happen.
You're good.
So like, that's good on you though, dude.
But it's because I watch all those animes, right? You're like, you gotta be the hero. Yeah. It's like, shut up, kid.
Dude, I would have just been like, I didn't see shit, dude. They're like, you didn't see shit, right? I was like, I guess not. And then I would have realized after what they were doing, like a month later, I was like, oh, they were stealing stuff. God damn it.
But these guys were stupid. They said that they were stealing stuff.
But they're dumb. I would have been like, I would have just watched. That's like rule number 1. Like, you don't fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
You steal stuff like you know you're supposed to steal it.
Yeah.
Like that's
you
just
keep going about your business. You don't have to tell me nothing.
When I was in, I remember when I was in junior high, there's this guy, his name is Shaka Hassan. I remember this guy. Like the fool like flunked like 7 times. I think he was like 38 by the time he was in junior high. This guy was so fucking old. But
what the fuck?
Like I just grew up kind of getting bullied a lot. But the difference is that I was like that dweeby kid that just didn't allow people to bully me because I was a big kid too. I was big.
Were you always tall?
I was this size when I was 14.
Whoa.
So I was big already. I was like 6'1", 6'2" around there. And so, but you know, I was a very nice dweeby kid, right? But because I kind of grew up in a predominantly like, I guess it's a very hood area. It's like this area in South Sacramento. Like if you go off of like Mac Road, like if you're from Sacramento, you already know. Like, you know, if you go on what's called Mac Road, I used to kick it there a lot because like my parents used to work for this other beauty supply store off of Mac Road. I used to kick it there a lot. And then also like I used to grow up in this duplex area called 10 Woods, and there was like a bunch of like Samoan Bloods over there too. And then off of like Florin Road, Mac, all this other shit. But either way, LC. But you know, those are like kind of the ghetto areas, right? Yeah. So for me, going into a school that was a little nicer, whatever they were going to throw at me, I've already experienced a lot worse, you know? Yeah. So I just kind of had to like have like, you know, tough skin. So if somebody would try to punk me, it didn't matter. Like if you get punked, you just got to go down swinging. Because at least what would happen is like the people will always go for the easier target. So they might bully me once, but they're not going to bully the same kid twice over because I'm just too difficult. Yeah. Right. So it's like, oh, well, this guy, you know, he's not going to go down that easy. So we'll just go bully somebody next. And that's what I would do. Yeah. So I remember in 7th grade, there was a kid named Shaka. He was in 8th grade. I think he flunked twice at this point. I think he's supposed to be a sophomore in high school. He should have gone to continuation school at this point. But this dude, it was in Mr. Fuentes' math class, and we were learning geometry or some shit like that, or it was algebra. But either way, we're doing our homework. And mind you, I'm not even smart, right? I'm not smart at all. And this guy, he comes up to me and he grabs my paper. He goes, I'm going to copy your shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And I literally snatched it back out of his hand. And mind you, when you look at a kid with like glasses and he's dweeby and he's fat, you think that you could punk him. But my dad just, you know, I'm an immigrant too. So my dad would just say like, don't let people just push you around. Like you can't keep letting people do that to you. So I just grabbed my shit and I grabbed him. I was like, what the fuck? And this guy's like literally 2 years older than me. And you know, I'm still a big kid though. Yeah. I grabbed that shit out and I put it down. And he goes, like, what the fuck? He goes, I'm going to fuck you up. And I just remember I stood up. And I think he realized how big I was. Yeah. As like an 8th grader. Because even in 8th grade, I was like maybe like 5'10". So I was already big and he was like shorter for his size. And so like, I remember I stood up and I was like, what the fuck? And this guy was like, oh shit, this is a big ass little 7th grader. You know, it's like, this 7th grader is fucking big, you know? But I just remembered like being in those type of situations where somebody would definitely try to punk me and I just wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah.
And even if I got beat up, it's like, whatever. If I get beat up, I'm gonna at least go down swinging.
Yeah.
Just because I'm gonna teach you that I'm gonna be the worst target for you. Like you could try to punk me and take my shit, but I'm gonna fucking scratch. Like I'm gonna scratch your fucking eyes out.
Yeah.
And so that would happen. So like that guy just, I remember like he stood up and I stood up and I was like, the fuck? And I grabbed my shit out and he was like, I'm gonna fuck you up. I was like, fuck me up then. I don't care. Like, you're not fucking taking my shit.
Yeah.
And mind you, if he would have just said, hey, yo, can I copy off your shit? I probably would have given it to him.
Yeah.
Especially because I was failing that class anyway. So it was so stupid because if he copied my homework, he would have failed too.
Yeah.
Because I sucked. I was so dumb. He just thought I was the Asian kid, so I was smart. And I was like, no, bro, I'm dumb. Like, I don't have any of these answers. Like, I remember, dude, in junior high, like, somebody copied off my homework and they got mad because they got a C. And they're like, dude, I got a fucking C. I was like, yeah, I got a C too. You copied off of my work. I'm not smart, you dumbass. I'm dumb. Why would you do that? And so, like, people would get mad because they would pick on the wrong person. It's like, no, you don't pick on me, dude. Like, I'm the last person that you want to copy your homework off of because I'm stupid. And number 2, I'm just a temperamental human being. So don't, the wrong human being.
Don't mess with me.
But bullying was so, I feel like it still goes on today for sure. Oh, yeah. But they do it in different ways, right? They, cyberbully,
that's the
Instagram
harder
comments.
part.
Yeah, I think that's way worse than what we got.
Worse.
At least when we got pummeled, like we could just deal with it and then move on.
Yeah, you deal with it right there and then.
But then you go home, you get bullied now. You're online, you get bullied. You're like, what are you supposed to do? You can't not be on Instagram because everybody's on it. So, like, I don't know what to tell these kids. It's like, oh, what am I supposed to do? I just tell you, you just got to be a strong human being.
Yeah.
You just got
the thick skin. Or, yeah, it's tough. It's so much tougher because it's such a different world. Like, when we got bullied, you're right. It's right then and there. You deal with it right then and there. Even when I got bullied, like, I would get, like, when I first moved here, when I got bullied, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I just kind of, But then I met a friend, my best friend. His name is Benny Lee. And he was a Taekwondo guy, Korean. And I remember one day I was getting bullied 6th grade by this guy who was like in 5th grade. He's pushing me around. And all of a sudden, I just see this guy in my view go sideways and reveal Benny. And Benny just fucking chopped his leg out from underneath him because he saw him bullying me. And he fucking went sideways and fell flat on his side. And he was like, whoa, what's up, man? And he was like, don't mess with my friend. That's my friend. And he was like, no, we were just talking, right, Yosh?
Of course.
And he was like, shut up, bitch. This temperamental guy. And he like
fucking
kicked his
Korean
ass.
people and their fucking temper. He would have to be Korean, dude. He would just have to be that stereotype. Son of a bitch.
He was that stereotype, though.
Yeah.
He really was. But it's funny because sometimes he would bully me. And I was like, he was my best friend, but he would bully me. And he was like,
that's Korean culture, though.
Yeah,
that's
he was like, well, at least I'm bullying you, not the other guys. I was like, fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because Korean bullying is different. Korean bullying is like, it's hazing.
Yeah.
So like older Korean people, or especially if they consider you like your younger brother, they just haze you all the time. And it's just like, that's their way of showing affection because they won't ever like beat you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they'll do it in a way where it's like annoying, but they do it because they love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's so funny because that would happen at church, Korean churches all the fucking time. Like all the older people would punk the younger people, but somebody else would try to punk them. It's not happening. Like, it's like, hold on a second. That's mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's my
back off.
Yeah, that's my puppy, dude. Like I could spank my puppy with the newspaper on its nose, but you don't get to do that shit. So that's so fucking Korean. It's unreal, dude.
Yeah.
Like it happened at church all the time. Like I would, when I got older, I would do it to the younger kids too. And so, but that's how we would connect and bond. And when we get older, that stuff stops because we just become like so tight.
Yeah.
So it's like you get that for the first few years, and then afterwards it goes away, and then you guys become tight.
It's like brotherhood.
It's really like brotherly love.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, and he's actually the guy who got me into martial arts. Like, I've always loved martial arts and watched it, but my parents wouldn't let me do martial arts. But he was like, yo, I'm doing Taekwondo. I'll just teach you whatever I learn from class. So he's the one who taught me. My first kick that I learned was a back kick. Because he was like, if you ever get cornered, you just turn around and you back kick the crap out of them.
I know. It is such a useful kick, especially as a kid. Like, people don't expect it.
Yep. So I learned that because of him. And to this point, the stuff that I know, he started it.
That's crazy, dude. You're so fucking flexible, too. I can't do
That's luck.
I can't do any of my kicks anymore. It sucks.
But you don't need to kick the head.
I do want to, though.
You just got to kick the nuts.
I want to kick
the stomach
so bad.
Bro, your kicks to the stomach, my God.
But imagine that's on a face.
Fair enough. I probably would be gone. But that is such like your kicks. I'm like, I need to get that because I was like, I lost my air. I was like, no one's calling. Stop.
It's hard because like kicking is something that I really do. Like back straight kicks are still something I still use in sparring till this day. Because if you could set it up nice, you can get it in quick. But if you do miss it, you just have to rebound really well. Like you won't, like if it's like serious, like hardcore sparring, I probably won't use it as much just because, you know, there's a lot more forgiveness in light sparring because I'm retracting it back. And if you come up and you tag me in the face, if I miss it, then I'm going to live.
Yeah, nice.
You hard spar it with that shit, it's going to hurt bad. Yeah. Especially if you do it like in hard sparring, you kick them in the gut, they'll go down. So like
Nick has a good setup for his back
Yeah, that's what always gets me in the back kick.
He cuts you and then comes out of nowhere. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, Nick always beats us up. That's not, he goes easy on us.
He does. Like, he goes so easy when we roll with him. He's like smiling throughout the whole thing.
He's so relaxed. He's just like, la da 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 da, armbar, la da 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 da.
Yeah, he'll get it and he'll let go and he'll go to the next thing. He's like, got you here.
Yeah.
Got you here.
And it's like, what is going on? How come I'm just getting my ass beat all over the fucking place? I don't know what's going on.
You got long limbs and you got like a heavy body.
I don't know how to use. I don't know how to use it.
But now you're starting to.
Yeah. But when we were rolling, like Bart was explaining to me how to use my weight, and I couldn't like compute what he meant. And he goes, "Relax your legs, put your weight over here, and then kind of learn how to manipulate your weight over." And I was like, "Oh, so this is what you mean?" And I put it on Joe. Joe was like, ugh! I was like, "Oh," because Joe kept telling me, because like you have to use your weight. You have to use your weight. And I was like, "I don't know what you."
What does that mean?
Because I think I'm using my weight. He goes, "You're not using it." He goes, You're holding up the majority of your weight with your legs and your knees, because like when I had side mount, like I couldn't put my weight on him. I didn't know what it meant, you know?
Yeah, because you're thinking like squeeze down, but it's actually just
relax and then put your weight on him. And I was like, oh, that's the difference. Because he goes, you're actually doing a majority of the work for me. So I was like, I didn't get it, and I was like, oh, this is.
We didn't roll this past Friday. I just realized.
We
you
did.
And I didn't.
We did.
We did?
We did. You're the one that fucked me up the most. What? Because you're so just, God. and you always go on your back. And you're just like waiting for me to come in. I was like, I'm going to get you in my guard, you stupid son of a bitch.
I get so lazy. I just like to stay on my back.
You just tired me the fuck out, dude. And Joe was surprisingly stronger than I expected.
He's strong.
Fucking wiggly little Asian man.
Yeah.
I got wrecked that day, dude. It was so exhausting. I had no clue how tiring that shit was gonna be. It was fun though.
Friday again.
Oh, dude, it was fun, but I definitely got my ass beat.
We need to do more of it, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it, because either way we're just doing this for fun.
Yeah.
You know, like striking's great too, but you know, if sometimes you can get like fatigued.
A lot of things happen on the ground too.
Yeah. Oh, a majority of fights end up on the ground.
Yeah.
Like that's what people don't realize, because you get really close and people just grab and slam. So that's why I actually, instead of jiu-jitsu, I mean, jiu-jitsu is going to be a part of it, like the submission part. I just want to grapple.
The takedowns.
I want to take down and hold somebody down. Like, because I don't want to hit somebody. I just want to take them down, hold them down, and lock them up so they can't do anything.
Sit on them.
Yeah. Just calm down. Relax.
Yeah.
Like I've seen this. There's this clip on YouTube where there's this guy. They were playing basketball, and mind you, like they're both assholes. Like, nothing should get to that point, but they're literally in each other's face. And I guess like the guy that was in that video, from what I read, he was like a purple belt, and you don't know this stuff, but the dude just comes up to the guy, and the guy's like an inch away from his face, and the guy swings. He fucking ducks, and it's just jujitsu, baby, all the way through. Rolling, he gets him into an armbar. The guy tries to slide him. He lets it go because his friends get in the way. They pull him off, and the guy tries to swing on him. Basically, gets him in I think he gets him in a knee bar, and he just looks at him straight. He could feel the pressure on his knee, and all he does, he goes, "If you move, you'll never play basketball ever again." And the guy just calms down because he could feel the fucking pressure, and he just stops. He goes, "You'll never play ball again." That's the most frightening thing I've ever heard in my life.
So the other guy was the one starting everything.
You don't get to see who started it, but they were both talking mad shit, and it was going to escalate to a fight. But
it's good that he was able to separate himself from that and stop it before he broke anybody's.
Yeah, because the guy was swinging at him hard, dude.
Yeah.
So like that's for him to say like, I know that I could literally end your whole like basketball career right here.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and goes, "Al, you'll never play ball again. Calm down." I was like, oh shit, this guy's fucking for real, dude. It scares me. I mean, it takes a while to get that good at jiu-jitsu, but once you're there and you're that controlled, it's pretty amazing.
Knee bars freak me out.
Like he locked him up. He started like punching him in the head, moved around, rolled around, caught him up, pop. He goes, "You'll never play ball again." I can't remember if it was a knee bar or if it was like an ankle or something with the ankle.
Something with the legs.
But it was something with the legs, and he was gonna fuck him up, and it was so bad, dude. It's just crazy, dude. Like jujitsu is so fucking useful. Like I want Mariel to learn it.
Absolutely. Tell Sarah to go learn it too.
It's just good to just be bodily aware of what's going on. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people just don't know distance very well. Because even when I spar, I'm like, oh, I guess I don't know my distance as well. Because I have really long limbs, but I think they're a lot shorter than they are.
You're tall, man. Yeah. And it's not just you're tall. You're tall and you've got long limbs.
Yeah.
It's like for your height, you're still got long limbs.
Yeah. And so like I don't realize my reach, and I'm like, oh shit. It's like, so when I throw in for my jab, I'm like, oh shit, I got to manage this distance a little better. Yeah. So people just aren't really bodily aware. And I think that's what martial arts really does for you. And also teaches you discipline, because it doesn't come easy. It's repetition, 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 repetition. And then you unlock 0.5%. You know, after year 1, you get 0.5%. And then, you know, it's a lifelong thing, because then you start realizing physical limitations. Yeah. You're not as flexible as you thought you were. Or like when we roll, I don't have the conditioning. And it's like, oh shit, like I want to do more, but I'm heaving, you know? Because your conditioning is great.
It's not my conditioning though. It's because I'm learning how to be more relaxed during the roll. Because when I first started, like I was doing the same thing. I was like, why am I gassed after one roll? But then I realized I'm like, most of these guys that aren't gassed aren't doing that. They're not straining. Whereas there's like, for stuff that when you guys are trying to get to something, you're squeezing. And I'm realizing, I was like, if I'm squeezing too hard and so hard, I'm not in the right position. I need to just move. And that's what Nick said to me on Friday. He was like, yo, you're flowing more. Yeah. It's because when it clicked in my mind, I was like, I need to just flow. If it's not working here, doesn't matter how much yanking I do, it's not going to happen. Go somewhere else. Yeah. Yes, you've got the back, but that choke is not going to happen.
I don't, because we haven't done, I don't know any submissions really. So like I remember, because you brought in that kid, Brandon, and I had full mount on him. I was like, now what?
Now? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, now what? I'm like, I'm done. This is all I know. Like, I don't know what to do. I guess I could just.
That's great though. That's
land
like
some elbows on his face. Like, you know, but like, I don't know what else to do. I'm like, I full mounted this kid. I'm like, all right.
A lot. Check. What I started doing is, because before I was the same thing. I still kind of don't know any submissions from anywhere. So for me, I'm just fighting for position. If I'm in full mount, I just try to stay there, because they're gonna move. They're gonna try to get out of there. So I'm gonna stay there. Granted, you know, you can go up closer, get that armbar, but I'll just stay in full mount until they get me off, and then if they get me in a half guard, I just try to get out of the half guard, get back into full mount, whatever, so that I can know what position to be in next and all that. Yeah,
because like it's different, because when I spar and we're doing kickboxing, like I can flow better just because I know a lot of things are more natural that way. But when I'm to jiu-jitsu, my mind goes blank. I'm like, I don't know what to do. You know, I'm just like, what do I do? What do I do next? What is this guy doing? This guy's hurting me.
You know? Why is there pressure on my knee?
This guy's fucking squeezing me. Like, like even Bart, if he just squeezes his legs tight around me, I'm like,
okay, see, like Bart can totally just squeeze you out, but like for me, there's no way I'm gonna squeeze you out. Yeah, like my legs there's not enough power there. Yeah, because you can get, like, if somebody's got you in a half guard, and he just squeezes, it could happen. Yeah, it could. Or sorry, not half guard. In guard. In guard. Yeah. He could just squeeze you out, but it depends on like.
Bart is just like this rough human being. Even when we were doing, when we learned how to wrist roll and put it under the neck, even when he was wrist rolling, it hurt. It was like, it felt like a punch. I'm like, God damn, this guy's so dense. He was like, wrist roll, but his felt like he was punching the back of my head to the front of my face. I was like, this alone, I'm done, dude. Like, I don't want to roll with this guy anymore. He's just so massive.
There's a lot of people that like there's stuff, because, you know, if you can't get in here because you're sorry, if you're like trying to choke and then they're putting their chin down, a lot of people will just roll it to their nose.
Oh, and
that shit will open you up. Yeah. No matter what.
You told me that somebody got their jaw ripped out or something like that?
Oh my God. Yeah, I heard it was a guy that was training in a different gym. He was getting choked out by his sensei. And he was, you know, guarding the choke really well. So the sensei just grabbed his jaw and just yanked it to the left.
Fucking. And went, so his fucking jaw was over off to the other side.
Yep, they had to wire him shut.
That's fucking crazy.
And that's stupid that a teacher did that.
Oh, that's fucking insane.
Yeah. And then they kicked him out.
The teacher?
No, the teacher kicked out the student that got
What?
his jaw messed up.
How did that work?
Basically, he was like, you should have just tapped.
Or maybe you shouldn't try to kill your students, you fucking asshole. What the hell? Like, if he knows like that's the capability of what he can do, he should just stop.
Move.
And then instruct them after. It's like, hey, I could have done this, so make sure that you know how to tell. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Basically, the whole leave the ego at the door is an honest, real thing that some people don't remember to do sometimes.
That's so fucking crazy, dude. I'm not trying to get hurt like that. Like this is literally a hobby. Like, it's for fun.
Yeah.
You know. So I know a lot of people.
And it may save our lives someday. Yeah. We don't know, but how often are we gonna ever use it?
Yeah, and most of the times too. Actually, 99.9% of the times when there's confrontation, like I'm gonna walk away.
For me, this is more for choreo knowledge.
Yeah.
So that I can make choreo more
believable
and more fun and more interesting.
That's why I love like Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen shit to me, it's like it looks. I mean, obviously it's very stunt based, but like when he does like all the jujitsu and stuff with it too, I'm like, dude, this is so fucking dope.
He's so aesthetic too. Like his movements, he knows how to get to where he needs and make it look dynamic. Because you can do a lot of jiu-jitsu stuff chill, but you can also make it look dynamic.
Did you want to go into acting originally?
When I first got into the industry, yes. Because I started off with doing extra work. And then I did YouTube stuff. And JK was actually the first one who gave me my first like acting stunt thing for like video. Not just like minion guy getting killed. But when I was trying to go into acting, I couldn't book a commercial for the life of me.
Yeah.
I couldn't book any acting stuff for the life of me. I just didn't have the right look because this was also like 6 years ago, right? And I couldn't book anything. And then I realized, I was like, oh, but if I'm a stunt guy and I'm a ninja, I'm hidden. You can't tell. You can use my skills. I can work. And I started making money that way. I was like, sweet, this is what I'll do. Because when I did Knott's Berry Farm, there was an acting stunt thing, basically. So I had to be able to act and I had to be able to do stunts. And then Waterworld was the same thing. You had to be able to act, engage with the audience, improv, and also do stunts. So that was always my thing. I could do both. I was like, sweet. But when I got to the real world, I was like, you don't look like any of these characters, but you can do stunts. So stunts became my thing. And then when I got Peter into it, he booked his first commercial because I sent him to an audition that I was going to and I couldn't make it. So he booked his first commercial, Apple commercial, national in China, everything.
Oh, wow.
So then he was like, whoa, this is dope. So he started doing it and he was a good actor. So he just kept booking and booking and booking and he had a great look, and he kept booking all these things. And I was like, dude, you act, I'll do stunts.
Yeah.
And then he booked a movie and I ended up doubling him for it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then, so this was like our thing. I was like, you act, I'll do stunts. And then Power Rangers came along because I was doing stunts with Power Rangers. I, found out all this info. I was like, dude, I want to be a Power Ranger to act as a Power Ranger. Like, that'd be dope. Yeah. So when I auditioned and didn't get it, and my brother or Peter got all the way to producers, I was like, okay, this is God telling me that stunts is where I belong. Acting is where he belongs. Sweet. So that's what we decided. And then something happened and he ended up not booking it. Some scandal happened and he ended up not booking it because somebody else got recast and then he had to get recast. Yeah. It's unfortunate. But then the next season, they were like, you got to come back, Pete. We want you because I'm pretty sure we'll book you for this. And he was like, Yosh, you should come. I was like, dude, no, I've already said stunts is my thing. Yeah. So he made me come and I was like, fine. And I got, again, after the first one, I didn't get called back. He kept going all the way to the end. And he emailed the producers, like, you haven't seen what Yoshi can do. Just give him another chance. Yeah. Give him a different character. And they gave me this character that I ended up playing. And he was like, let me work with you on it. And he coached me for like 6 hours, whatever. We were sitting down. He like coached me all this stuff. And it made sense for me. I was like, oh, okay. So because I had never really because I took theater in college, but this was like different for TV, Yeah. So I had this coaching with Peter. And then the next day we went and did the auditions. He was auditioning for the nerdy character. I was auditioning for this other character, big burly character. And it just so happened that during the screen test, there was like 4 people in his category. Oh, shit. And there was only 2 in my category. Oh. And it just so happened that the other guy in my category couldn't really cut it. Whereas the other 3 in his category was like, they're all okay. It's fine. They can all play that character.
That's crazy.
So I booked it.
That's fucking crazy.
That was my first like big acting thing. And it was because Peter got me in there.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So Peter and I have always seen ourselves as brotherly rivals, but also like when we're climbing the ladder, somebody's always going to be a little below. So we're always going to do this and lift. And then he's going to help me lift because we can't do it together. A solo, you know, we're always trying to do that. And I'm trying to get that as a mindset for myself, for everyone that I know. Right? We're always trying to do this.
I feel like you're going more into film now, you know, versus he's going to TV.
He's doing way more TV. I'm definitely more like film is definitely where I live because I get bored.
Yeah.
Like
I can see that. I like film better too.
Oh my God. When I did Rangers, you know, it was 8 months. I loved it. I loved Rangers. And I've always been a fan of the franchise, like to a degree where I would get bullied for it.
Of course.
You know, like I knew every little thing. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh movie
coming out with featuring Yoshi. You'll be playing Seto Kaiba.
You nerd.
I told you, I watched the first 2 seasons.
You even knew his last name.
I know, Seto Kaiba and then just Yu-Gi-Oh. I can't remember the other guys' names though.
Yami Yugi, Joey.
Joey, that's right.
Taya,
there you go.
Taya
I thought it was so funny. It's like everybody has an interesting name than Joey. I was like, well, they give a fuck about that guy. Yeah.
Joey was dope.
I know, but they gave him such a basic ass fucking name, like the guy from Friends. I was like, that's Joey.
Yeah, actually, it's actually what I. And they were like kind of similar. They were like they're both dumb.
They're kind of dumb and just kind of burly. I guess that's who they were. That's crazy, dude. I didn't know that shit. And then Peter became the Blue Ranger after which was so fucking wild, dude.
And they didn't tell me about that. Because like we auditioned, I helped audition for the next season, and I was like, dude, Peter's got this in the bag. Like no other actor is right for this other character. And then they told me that he didn't get it.
Oh, they tricked your ass.
They tricked it, and then because I gave him this whole idea, I was like, oh, dude, we should like pass the torch. We should go to the convention because every 2 years they do convention and they release the new cast. They show the new cast, and I was like, dude, we should reveal them. We should be the ones to hand off the torch. That would be so cool. Everybody would love it. And the producer was like, that's a great idea. We should do that.
Yeah.
And that was when I thought that Peter was going to get it. When it wasn't Peter, man, I was so bitter the whole day.
Yeah.
Like, I had a panel. And then that panel, we were going to reveal the new cast. I was so bitter that I was like sitting down for most of the panel. And whenever they asked me something, I'd say something. But then I was like, because I'm thinking, I got to introduce
this
some
new
other
stupid son of a bitch that took my brother's role.
Exactly. And then because they told me like he didn't get it because of a race issue and they had to like figure out who was what. And then some of the people in my cast went over to the other room, like they're not supposed to see the new cast beforehand. And they opened the doors. When they opened the doors, they like went to talk to all the new people, and then they came back. I was like, I didn't go because I didn't want to see them, right? And I was like, who is it? Who's the Asian guy? They were like, there was no Asian guy. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, was there an Asian girl? They were like, no, I didn't see an Asian girl either. I was like, hold up. They didn't cast an Asian person? They're like, well, we only saw like 3 of them, or was it 4 of them? We're not quite sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, you didn't see an Asian guy or girl. Like originally I thought they ended up having to go with an Asian girl because whatever, and then they couldn't have Peter.
Yeah.
Right? So there was like no Asian girl, and I was like, so is it an Asian guy? I got pissed. And they're like, no, it's not an Asian guy. We don't know. We didn't see. And I got even more mad. And so when we go to the panel, I'm doing all this with this in my head, right? Angry, stupid, bitter, right? And then they give out these papers to everyone to like introduce the new cast. And all I'm doing is watching. I was like, Hispanic guy, white girl, okay, black girl. And I was like, where's the Asian?
Yeah.
And then the blue hasn't been released. And the only spot for an Asian person. And I was like, if there's an Asian guy that walks out of that room and it's not my brother, like in my head, I'm just like, one, it's going to be another Asian guy. And I've seen all the Asian guys auditioning for it. And I was like, none of them were right. Peter was better.
Yeah.
So maybe I've got, rosy glasses for Peter, obviously. Yeah. But I was like, I was mad already. Then they handed me the piece of paper and I'm like, well, fuck. I am so mad and so angry that all I can see is his name on this paper.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I just kept looking at it as a change. Don't look more of a fool than you already are. It's fucking change. What is the real name?
Yeah.
And they're like, Yoshi, you got to call it out. I was like, I can't. It's his name. I'm going to say his name and it's not him.
Yeah.
I know that because they all told me.
Yeah.
And then luckily Brendan, the guy who was my Red Ranger right on the left side, he's like, what's going on? And he's got these big ass gorilla hands. Yeah. Right? He like laughs and smacks me in the back. And I was like, so what the fuck? And I looked down and he's like, dude, call your brother up. And I was like, is this real? And I was like, do it. And so when I tried to say it, I was like, I couldn't say his name right.
Yeah.
And then he came out, I was like, and then I realized like, you fuckers lied to me.
Yeah.
But it was a great moment. I mean, and then
That's crazy.
he's definitely more, he loves TV.
Yeah.
And he loves it. You know, I mean, I'm sure he'll do film as well, but for me, I just been like, I get bored. Even with Rangers, I was like, okay, what's the next thing? What's going on?
Yeah. It's tough. Like like people always ask, what would I prefer doing, TV or film? And it's always going to be film because it's such a finite project. Like it's you get to be this character, you embody it, and then after it's done, it's complete. It goes into post production or whatever, and then you're good to go. And you move on and you find your next character.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's the part that I like.
Until sequels come out.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, if you
but
know,
at least you come back after a while. You've already done other characters. You're not hooked on. Or you're not like trapped.
Exactly.
This.
Like I feel like, you know, can I? Not to say this would ever happen to me, like, you know, but it's more like, let's say I get onto a TV show, right, and you do this for the next 6-7 years. It's like, fuck, like, can I do this for 6-7 years?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Like it was hard for me to do YouTube for like 7 years, you know. So it's like, can I do what somebody else is telling me to do for 6 to 7 fucking years?
Yeah. Unless you have EP on there, if you're EP as well.
Yeah, there'd be some, like, it would be great for me to be a part of something for 6 to 7 years, like The Office. Like that would be great, you know. But in terms of like a sitcom, I don't know if I could do multicam sitcom for 6 to 7 years. It would be kind of rough. Not to say that if I did get the part, I would say no. But it's
totally.
Yeah, it's just more like, I don't know if that's like in my wheelhouse right now.
Yeah,
but,
not gunning for it.
Oh, for sure not.
But if it's there.
But film is great. You know, like I love film, dude. Like it's just, there's something about it that I really like. And you got to be a lead in your film, dude, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is fucking dope. At least you got paid for yours, all right? I didn't make Mike. I made nothing. I made $0 fucking dollars. Fucking shit. They're like, oh, dude, your film went to theater. You bet you made a lot of money. I was like, you fucking wish, you bitch. I got it.
But that's the thing too, right? Like that's what people sometimes. It's just that people don't know where it goes, and you know, like I just got a Tesla. Everyone's like, oh my god, you're making bank. I was like, I got the cheapest kind.
Yeah.
It's because I'm not trying to pay for gas.
Yeah.
I'm literally. This is the.
And I got into a huge car accident. So
yeah, I was like, all this shit happened because, you know, and it's just people perceptions of you change because of certain things.
That's what I love about Elon Musk, man. He made an affordable car. He promised it and he fucking made it, dude.
Yeah.
He made a car that's worth just an average car, like $35,000. I mean, obviously it's not a Honda Civic that's like 16 grand or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's $35,000.
There was something that somebody was looking at. They were like, you can get the cheapest Tesla right now without rebates and anything for the cheapest one with autopilot still at 41 something.
Yeah.
And meaning that's still cheaper than like some like high end Nissans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, or like not high end, just like, you know,
dude, man,
sport.
they put out fucking, what's it called? BMW, you fucking trash company. The fucking i3, it goes like 120 miles. And that
What?
It goes like 120 miles with like a backup gas engine or something. And it's like after you make it decent, it's like it can go up to like $50,000 to $40,000, and it's fucking trash, dude. It has like these thin tires. It's fucking terrible, dude.
Is that the one that looks like a robot on the back?
It looks like a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like that car should not be worth like 40 or 50 fucking grand,
That's
dude.
40 to 50 grand.
Yeah, like if you get like I think the base model is like 30 something. It's the same price as the Tesla, but the Tesla goes 300 miles.
Yeah, and
it's
got autopilot.
And the interior is amazing. It looks great. It's not like it doesn't have like a fucking like paper thin tires. It's so stupid, dude.
Yeah.
And it goes past 100 miles. You know, because that's
double.
Yeah, it goes triple. It goes 300.
Yeah.
Yours goes fucking 300 miles.
Mine
dude.
goes 268, but you can get it up to 300. Yeah,
which is fucking great.
Yeah.
You know, and the BMW also has like their it looks like their version of like a Lambo, but it's like an electric car. That shit goes like 90 miles or some shit like that.
You have to charge like every
day. Yeah,
at least
and
every
that's
day.
if you drive.
I go at least 100 plus miles a day.
Yeah.
And they don't have a supercharger network.
No, they don't have a supercharger network.
So they just have to
and
go.
it's like $150,000. That's what I'm saying. Like BMW is so fucking dumb. Like they're trying to be this whole electric race game.
No, who's dumber is people buying it.
Yeah, Jason Chen. So
no, somebody bought it.
I think Jason Chen leased it or something like that.
Oh my god!
Shout out to you, Jason. I love you very much. You dumb bitch.
I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't know. Shit.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
That's
if you ever see Jason Chen out there and he's driving that car, throw a tomato in his face.
At least you're being nice. Tomatoes will squish. Like if it was an apple, that's kind of mean.
That's right. Throw an Asian parrot in his face. It's like 3 pounds. Anyways, guys, dude, we did like an hour and 20. That was
Holy
fucking
shit.
good. Nice. Hey, before we leave, what do you want to plug in?
Yep. Okay, so Buffalo Boys is coming to DVD and Blu-ray, and it is now going to be all over Walmart. So you
shit.
It's all physical copies are going to be at Walmart, and you can buy it on iTunes if you don't want a physical copy and you just want to download it. But yeah.
When's it coming out?
It's coming out April 2nd, so today.
Oh, April 2nd is today. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Hey, well, go ahead and cop that film just because Yoshi's in it. And, he actually gave me a link and I forgot I had an Android. And then I was like on the plane on this fucking flight that had no TV, anything. And I was like, I got that iTunes link. So I'm just going to download it at the airport. And I was like, I have an Android. I can't get in.
You got to download it on that.
Yeah, I didn't bring a laptop either. I just had the phone, so I couldn't watch it. But you already know I'm gonna buy that shit and watch that shit and put it on my wall, motherfuckers. But Genius Brain is on every audio platform out there. We're talking about iTunes. If you're on iTunes, give us that 5-star. We need it. We got Stitcher. We got Spotify. We got Castbox. We got all that other good stuff, man. And if you're on that YouTube community, leave the comments below what you thought about the interview. More people we should bring on. We got to get Peter on here. I'll get both you guys on at the same time. It should be dope.
Sit on our laps. I don't know.
That's perfect. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. I love you, stupid sons of bitches. Stay fresh and adios.
Peace out.